YouTube discussion led by Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, and Marcus Spears provides a comprehensive breakdown of the Kansas City Chiefs' devastating Super Bowl loss, with a central debate on whether head coach Andy Reid or star quarterback Patrick Mahomes deserves the bulk of the blame. The argument ultimately leans heavily toward placing responsibility on Andy Reid for his failure to adjust and prepare adequately for the Eagles' relentless defensive attack. The case against Andy Reid. Spears, in particular, takes a firm stance in asserting that the loss falls squarely on Andy Reid. He argues that Reid, known for his offensive genius and adaptability, failed to make necessary in-game adjustments to counteract the Eagles' defensive schemes. Throughout the game, the Chiefs' offensive strategy lacked innovation, with no meaningful jet sweeps, screens, or other designed plays to slow down the Eagles' pass rush. This rigidity resulted in Mahomes being sacked 6 times and struggling to generate any offensive momentum. Additionally, Stephen A. Smith expands on this critique by drawing historical parallels to the Chiefs' Super Bowl loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 4 years ago. That defeat, much like this one, was characterized by a failure to protect Mahomes against a dominant defensive front. Given that history, Smith argues there is no excuse for Reid to have entered this game without a contingency plan. The Eagles did not even need to rely on blitzing. Their front four alone was able to dismantle the Chiefs' offensive rhythm. This, in Smith's view, is a clear indictment of Reid's lack of preparation. The statistics paint an even grimmer picture. Kansas City managed only 23 total yards in the first half, failed to cross midfield in their first 9 drives, and converted 0 third downs, 0 for 6. Mahomes had a career-worst QBR of 1.15, an almost unthinkable number for a quarterback of his caliber. Given Reid's well-documented reputation as an offensive mastermind, the failure to make even basic adjustments throughout the game is an uncharacteristic and glaring coaching failure. Smith further criticizes Reid's reliance on the passing game, particularly in a situation where Mahomes was under constant duress. The Chiefs ran the ball only 7 times in the entire game, 3 of which were designed runs. This imbalance made them one-dimensional and predictable, allowing the Eagles to unleash their pass rush without any hesitation. Smith emphasizes that an elite coach should recognize the need to alter strategy when a plan is failing, but Reid seemingly refused to adapt. The case against Patrick Mahomes. While Reid takes the brunt of the blame, Shannon Sharpe insists that Mahomes is not without fault. Mahomes, despite his extraordinary talent and history of rising to the occasion, had one of the worst performances of his career at the worst possible time. Sharpe points out that Mahomes repeatedly put the ball in harm's way, committing 3 turnovers and making erratic decisions under pressure. The Chiefs were already struggling offensively, but Mahomes' mistakes compounded the issue, preventing any potential comeback. Sharpe also underscores the importance of ball security in playoff football. A single mistake in a high-stakes game can shift momentum irreversibly, and Mahomes' turnovers did just that. Even when the Chiefs had a slim chance of mounting a comeback, his costly decisions made it nearly impossible to recover. The final breakdown. Stephen A. ultimately assigns 75% of the blame to Andy Reid and 25% to Mahomes. His rationale is that while Mahomes played poorly, his struggles were exacerbated by the lack of a sound game plan and Reid's failure to provide him with the necessary tools to succeed. Mahomes' historically bad performance did not occur in a vacuum. It was a byproduct of a coaching staff that failed to anticipate and neutralize the Eagles' defensive attack. Reid's legacy as a three-time Super Bowl winning coach is secure, but this loss will be a stain on his otherwise illustrious career. As Smith notes, great coaches take responsibility for putting their players in the best possible position to win. Reid did not do that in this game, leaving Mahomes exposed and without viable options. Conclusion. This discussion effectively highlights the critical role of coaching in high-pressure games. While Mahomes had a disastrous outing, the broader systemic failure falls on Reid's shoulders. The Chiefs' offensive ineptitude was not due to a lack of talent but a lack of preparation and adaptability. For a team that has dominated the NFL in recent years, this Super Bowl performance was a shocking reminder that even the best can falter without the right leadership and game plan. Andy Reid, more than Mahomes, will have to answer for this loss in the months to come.